I know there are quite a few testimonials that have come from higher ed, but what is the one you're most proud of, or what's the impact made by Nile that you've been most proud of?
It's a great question. And, it comes down to I think the pain or the problem statements that we're trying to solve, Saeed.
Mhm.
And, ultimately what's at the root of all of this is there's just not enough budget, not enough people, not enough expertise. And I think higher ed, a lot of higher institutions have a hard time finding and retaining talent and have a hard time putting as much budget into this as they need to, right?
Mhm.
And that has an impact in a lot of places, right? It has an impact on the security side, like we've just been talking about. It has an impact in, you know, frankly, keeping students on campus, right? A lot of higher ed, they make money from students staying in dorms, right, and eating the food on campus, and all that other stuff. But if the networking's not great there, and there's other options outside of campus, that's a lost revenue stream,
Yeah.
right? Um, and all the other strategic initiatives that we kind of talked about, because too many people are chasing things on the network, just trying to keep the lights on because it's too complex and it's been neglected, right? So if we think about where we've had the biggest impact, it's freeing up those budgets and those resources to go focus on the things that matter, right? And the
Mhm.
way we fundamentally have done that, many of our customers, I'm not going to say every single one, but many of our customers have realized fundamentally 100% reduction in network related tickets, right? If I'm doing my job well, and I go back to that Amazon example, like I keep on referencing, does a customer have to respond to or know about any infrastructure related tickets to those Amazon data centers? The answer is no, right? So what if that same paradigm existed on the network side? What if
Mhm.
100% of actual network related tickets was gone? How much time would that free up? And what could the resources do with that time? And what type of impact could it make to the organization if that was the case? That's number one. And number two, if the users have a better experience because there's no issues, then what would that do for dorm retention rates, right? Maybe even attracting students because it's a better network, it's a world-class network, this anything, as well as what the staff and faculty can do on that network. And that goes beyond just that piece. It's not just eliminating that, but it's even giving visibility beyond the network. I think we all know that the network gets blamed for everything when it might not be the network, right? But if I can solve the network issues themselves, but then give proactive visibility into where there might be an issue instead of waiting for a user to report an issue, and that could be in network services side, that could mean in the internet connectivity outbound, that could mean in the applications themselves. What if I give proactive visibility into those issues, which further reduces the number of tickets and the mean time to detection and resolution of those tickets, which means everybody's happy, users are happy, students, staff, faculty, because they can do more with less problems, and IT's happy because they can go focus on the things that matter.
Mhm. Yeah, well, I mean, I think anybody listening to this that hasn't worked with Nile yet would probably say that's a dream. I think that's always, that comes up quite a bit. That's where, especially when we talk to our customers and someone wants to kind of test drive and see if it's true, always the proof of concepts to give you the opportunity to see if it's real or not. Um, but so some of the stuff that I know that came up, just like you mentioned, the dorms as a revenue center for schools. Have you seen any colleges that have been able to show, we have more activity in the dorms, or at least the dorm experience has improved based on what students are saying or what they're seeing?
100%. We make it a point, Saeed, to do some pre and post surveys with the students,
Okay.
before these things go in, not just in the dorms, but across campus. And
Hmm.
100% it's night and day. It's been consistent night and day every single time. And I want to point out something, Saeed, because I think there's a matter of pride here that I want to be careful that, we're not um, negatively kind of, or putting any kind of negatives out of the efforts of anybody that's in your audience that are putting into, their networks today.
Hmm.
Frankly, it's not that anybody's doing a bad job or a poor job, right? But dealing with all this complexity, not getting the budget you need, not getting the resources you need, not getting the time you need, right? Frankly, nobody can keep up with it. Nobody can keep up with it.